Hello everyone, Kireth here with some very important consumer advice for you today, dear viewer. If you haven't yet picked up or pre-ordered Forza Horizon 5 or Gran Turismo 7, I'm going to let you know which is the right racing game for you, and the answer may surprise you. Now if you're thinking, hang on, these games aren't that related, I have to disagree with you. These games are going to be by far the biggest racing games of fall winter 2021 and spring 2022. These games are massive, huge marketing budgets. They are the system sellers for Xbox Series X and PS5. Now I'm in a pretty good place to deliver my opinion here to you because I race Top Split, Gran Turismo Sport on PS4, and I also play a lot of Forza Horizon 4 and Forza Motorsport 7 on Xbox. And I'm not paid by anyone, I'm not sponsored by Microsoft or Sony, so I'm going to ask the tough questions here. We're going to delve into what these games offer, and actually you might be thinking you want to pick up Gran Turismo 7, but Forza Horizon 5 might be the better game for you, and vice versa. So let's get into it. Let's talk about which is going to be the best game for you. So Forza Horizon 5 is going to be a very different game, I think, to Forza Horizon 4. Forza Horizon 4, set in Scotland, set in the UK, which is where I live, but actually didn't have this kind of expansive... I mean, look at the screen right now. Look how expansive the map is. It feels like you can just literally drive anywhere, which is that kind of essence of Forza Horizon that probably derives from Test Drive Unlimited back in the day. Now Forza Horizon 3 definitely had that scale of drive anywhere, drive through the jungle, etc. And that is coming back in Forza Horizon 5. The other big difference between 5 and 4 is that 5 is going to run at 60 frames a second in performance mode. That is absolutely huge. That is a game changer. Now the trailer I've got in front of you, this was captured in the quality mode at 30, but you will be able to play this game at 60 frames a second on your Xbox Series X. And that brings it in line with the frame rate for Gran Turismo Sport and Gran Turismo 7. So no longer are you handicapped by it's an open world game, so it's got to run at 30 frames a second. Now you're going to get that 60 frames a second smoothness in Forza Horizon 5. You're also going to get, and I know we haven't seen all the cars in GT7, but on this channel, we've analysed every trailer, every tweet, everything to death. By the way, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see all the latest updates on Gran Turismo 7 and Forza Horizon 5 going forward. But I think you're going to see newer cars in Forza Horizon 5. We've got on screen here one of the new Chevrolet Corvettes, specifically the Chevrolet Corvette C8, running some interesting aftermarket parts here. But in every single trailer we've seen so far for Gran Turismo 7, we've seen the old Chevrolet Corvette C7, which is really disappointing. So I just feel like Microsoft have got their licensing in perhaps a better place, and we're going to see newer cars in Forza Horizon 5. So if you want to drive the latest cars, Forza Horizon 5 might be the best place for you to do that, because Gran Turismo 7 in some ways looks like an iteration on Gran Turismo Sport, using pretty much all the same cars with some new ones added on top. And this is another point, by the way, where these games definitely are in competition. Are some of these cars going to be exclusively licensed to Horizon 5 or Gran Turismo 7? They're competing to have the best roster of cars, so we possibly might see some cars exclusive to one and not the other. Right, let's talk about some of the pros for Gran Turismo 7. Gran Turismo is almost mythical in the way that it's embedded within actual real-world car culture. You see Gran Turismo sponsoring real-world cars, championships. The head honcho or Polyphnagist, or the developer of Gran Turismo 7, he's raced at Le Mans, he's raced at the Nürburgring in real life. They're esteemed in car culture. Gran Turismo ultimately means more within car culture than Forza does. And that reflects in the games, actually. So if you really want to understand cars, if you really want to understand how cars drive, how they perform, how you eke out the performance of them, understand when you get understeer, understand when you get oversteer. If you want to become a better driver, ultimately Gran Turismo 7 is going to be a better fit for you. And that comes with ups and downs. Sometimes you're going to feel slow. Sometimes you're going to make mistakes. There's no rewind button in Gran Turismo. That's something they've never been interested in. And I think this is best summarised by the figures that we have available to us, which show that there are going to be more cars in Forza Horizon 5 than Gran Turismo 7. There's going to be at least 520 cars in Forza Horizon 5. And at the moment, the figure for Gran Turismo 7 is 420. So 100 more cars in Forza Horizon 5. But the cars themselves are going to be much more detailed than Gran Turismo 7. They're going to be much more bespoke. They're going to have much more character. They're going to drive differently. They're going to be cars that you can learn a lot about. Whereas Forza Horizon 5 will definitely encourage you to to swap in and out of different cars. You can see by the trailer where you're literally just driving from car to car to car to car to car to the Horizon Festival, whereas in Gran Turismo games, traditionally you start off with a cheap car and you drive it until you grind the cash to get a nicer car. So this is a question for you really, the viewer. You're the important person in all of this. Do you want to play a game where you're going to be driving loads of different cars, very exciting, the thrill of driving a Lamborghini, then a McLaren, then a Ferrari, then an AMG, then whatever, a pickup truck, and lots of explosions going off in the background, lots of crazy races against aircraft and helicopters and trains, and feeling that excitement? Or do you want to have a slower paced driving game where you have a car and you learn how it performs, you try and improve your driving as a skill in that car and have that enjoyment of becoming a better companion of the car in a way and having that attachment with the car and then moving on to another car? So that kind of more slower paced journey. What do you want? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people who play Gran Turismo who would love the thrill of Forza Horizon. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who play Forza Horizon that would actually like to understand more about their cars from a car culture point of view and have a deeper handling model, have a deeper, transmission model. It's phenomenal in Gran Turismo Sport where you're racing at the top level, literally where you change gear is huge. Difference between winning and losing. Or are you not fussed about that? Do you not want to have to worry about when to change gear, the torque map and everything? Do you just want to drive fast and have fun? In which case, Forza Horizon 5 is going to be a better game for you. You're going to have more fun. I mean, I stream Gran Turismo Sport. Sometimes I stream pretty much every day of the week making videos. One of the biggest content creators on Gran Turismo Sport on YouTube. But still, my go-to game for chilling out is Forza Horizon 4. And that's going to bring me on to the next point. Do you play with a pad or a wheel? Or do you want to play with a wheel? Because Forza Horizon is not a good game to play with a wheel. I can tell you that. I've really, really tried. I've got a full-on sim rig, Fanatec equipment, fairly decent equipment, and it doesn't really work with Forza Horizon. It doesn't really work with Forza Motorsport 7 either, by the way. But it plays really well on the pads. So if you want to sit back, have a beer in front of the TV, and just drift your car around, again, Forza Horizon 5 might just be the perfect game for you. But if you've got a wheel, or you want to get a wheel, Gran Turismo 7 is going to be so much better. If you want to feel like, you're actually simulating driving a car. So very, very, very different. And we know Gran Turismo Sport can be challenging for players on the pad if you've got tyre wear and stuff like that. It can be frustrating, but you don't have to worry about that with Forza Horizon 5. Now, Forza Horizon, you can choose in the controller settings to choose a simulation controller style, which does give you a little bit more detail, but it's nowhere near as detailed as Gran Turismo Sport or Gran Turismo 7 will be, which has its pros and cons. So hopefully things are becoming a little bit clearer. So if you're a Gran Turismo Sport player playing on a pad and you're getting frustrated because you get punted to Narnia every time Daily Race B at Monza comes up, you might just prefer playing Forza Horizon 5. Don't discount it. And it's a game that you can get with Game Pass, so it's very low cost to entry if you can get hold of an Xbox Series X, which actually retail much cheaper than the PS5. I've noticed this Porsche has an air conditioning unit on the back, so one of the few sports cars to come with a fully equipped commercial air conditioning unit. There we go. Have you been surprised, considering I play so much Gran Turismo Sport on this channel, I'm massively hyped for Gran Turismo 7, just how much I'm looking forward to Forza Horizon 5 and how much Forza Horizon 4 I play? But most importantly, I hope this video is just maybe giving you some more information about which game might be right for you. If it has helped and if you're still thinking about your decision, do let us know in the comments. It'd be great to see what you're looking forward to. I'm going to be playing some Forza Horizon 5 on the channel soon, and lots more Duty Sport and Gran Turismo 7 to come. So please do subscribe if you want to see that, and check out some of these other videos here if you want to see some more about Gran Turismo 7. I've got some great videos on screen for you right now. But thank you so much for joining. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.